Well, I mean, obviously, internal candidate, easiest guy to interview for the job. So I kind of expected he would be one of the earlier ones in this process. Um, but again, I think they're just doing due diligence. He had the job at the end of the year. Give him a shot at the title, but I do think he has the hardest of it's the hardest sell to say he would be the defense coordinator after what we saw in 2026 or 2025. It would just be very difficult for him to be the primary candidate going into 2026 with this team. So again, you have to interview him almost just to make him feel better about himself. But I'm more interested in other candidates that we'll talk about here a little bit. But get his interview out of the way and see what you got going across.
Yeah, and then we'll talk about the 8 candidates they interviewed. Again, I wish they would have cast maybe a wider net, but we don't know who said no on the phone, basically. And I'll stick with Harris a little bit. And look, I don't want to completely kill Chris Harris. He was put into a horrendous situation.
Right.
Basically, hey, half our defense is hurt. We're playing a lot of undrafted players. Can you somehow, we've already hit the iceberg and the ship's half underwater, but can you try to steer it to port, basically? And look, the one thing with Chris Harris where I can maybe get a little on board is if they announce it, but Aaron Glenn says, look, he's got a lot of talent. I want to ease him into this role, so I'm going to be the one calling the plays. It's going to be on me. If that happens, again, I think Jet fans are not going to like it.